Hello friends, I am Dr. Ashish Agrawat. Welcome to my channel Live Biochemistry. Today I am going to discuss about the vitamin B3. Okay, so vitamin B3, it is also called as a niacinamide, or it is also called as a nicotinamide. Nicotinamide. This is different from the nicotine. Okay, that nicotine, from the tobacco you get the, or smoking you get the nicotine. That is different. Here this is a nicotinamide, this is a niacinamide, and it is a vitamin B3, right? So this niacin, okay, which is also called as a nicotinic acid, okay, and pellagra deficiency will lead to the pellagra, and pellagra preventing factor of the Goldberger. Okay, it is called as a pellagra preventing factor of the Goldberger. It is vitamin B3. So it is different from the nicotine, which is the poison from the tobacco. The Warburg found the structure of the NAD and also called the coenzyme 1, initially designated as the DPN, diphosphopiridine nucleotide, but now it is NAD. So there are two active forms of niacin. One is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide and other is NADP. Here there is a plus suggests in the nitrogen atoms there is a protons are there, okay, for the stable structure. So it is nicotinic acid and nicotinamide. So in nicotinic acid there is a carboxyl group at the third position, and there is a amide group, so that is the nicotinamide. So it is a pyridine 3 carboxylic acid. The niacinamide is the acid amide of that. So you can see the structure. This is niacinamide or nicotinamide, and there is a ribose sugar and phosphate. So it is called as a nicotinamide mononucleotide. And if to this is the adenine structure, okay, purine, and ribose sugar and phosphate group. So it is called as a adenine mononucleotide. So this adenine mononucleotide, AMP, and nicotinamide mononucleotide, they arrange together to form the NAD. Okay, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So now what are the active form of this niacin, vitamin B3? They are NAD plus and NADP plus. So which are the enzymes which are dependent on the NAD? So lactate is converted to pyruvate, right? So NAD will be converted to NADH. Then glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate in the glycolysis. So this step is in the glycolysis. Pyruvate to acetyl-CoA multi-enzyme complex, same way like thymine and riboflavin. Then alpha-ketoglutarate to succinyl-CoA, again it is the multi-enzyme complex of the TCA cycle, right? Then beta-hydroxy-acyl-CoA to beta-ketoacyl-CoA in the beta oxidation of fatty acid, right? Glutamate to alpha-ketoglutarate, we have seen in the amino acid metabolism, okay. And this NAD is the source of the ADP ribose for the ADP ribosylation of protein and poly ADP ribosylation of nucleoprotein. So there are many use of this NAD. Okay. So NAD here it is said that NAD plus because the nitrogen has a proton ion. So it gets the 2 hydrogen. So if you write this hydrogen as, we can write it as a H plus and 2 electron minus, right? So you can see this and this, it will form one H and this will form another H. So if you write it like H plus 2 electron plus H plus. So H plus 2 electron minus is H minus and H plus. So 2 hydrogen can be written like that. So when NAD gets the 2 hydrogen, okay, so NAD is reduced. So NAD plus H minus, it is converted to NADH. So you will always see this NAD plus, it gets 2 hydrogen and it is reduced to NADH plus H plus. So that you have to remember. Always NAD will be, whenever there is a reduction occur, NAD is converted to NADH. So NADH plus H plus, like this. Okay, so which are the reaction mediated by this NAD? Okay, the active form of vitamin B3. So we have seen glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate 2,1,3 bis-phosphoglycerate in the glycolysis. Then 2 multi-enzyme complex that are also thymine and riboflavin also required. They are pyruvate 2 acetyl CoA, then alpha ketoglutarate 2 succinyl CoA. So these two are common to all, right? So for the thymine also, riboflavin also, so it is must you have to remember this alpha ketoglutarate 2 succinyl CoA, right? Then beta hydroxyacyl CoA 2 ketoacyl CoA. So you remember in beta oxidation, in first step there was FAD was riboflavin was used. Here there is a NAD, beta hydroxyacyl 2 ketoacyl CoA, third step. So NAD is converted to NADH in beta oxidation, right? So this is a step. So these are main step, and also lactate is converted to pyruvate. Lactate is converted to pyruvate, or glutamate converted to alpha ketoglutarate. Ammonia is removed. Okay, and this enzyme is glutamate dehydrogenase. It requires both NAD and NADP. Both can be utilized. Now another form is NADP. So which are the NADP producing reaction? So NADP producing main is HMP shunt pathway. Okay, G6PD is a main enzyme, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. So here it will produce the NADPH. Okay, this is main. Another pathway like cytosolic isocitrate dehydrogenase. Mitochondrial isocitrate dehydrogenase is that is in TCA cycle that will not produce NADPH, but cytosolic isocitrate dehydrogenase will produce the NADPH. And another is malic enzyme, pyruvate to conversion of malate. All this and HMP shunt pathway is the main, and these are the two minor pathway that will produce the NADPH. Now this is produced, but it is utilized mainly for the fatty acid synthesis, reductive biosynthesis of fatty acid and cholesterol. Okay, so you have seen in the fatty acid synthesis it required the NADPH, okay, for the reduction reaction, and also in cholesterol HMG-CoA reductase enzyme, HMG-CoA to mevalonate, it requires the NADPH. These two main important products are formed from the NADPH. Also NADPH is very important for the steroid synthesis. Okay, it is also important for glutathione reductase enzyme, right? Then ribonucleotide reductase enzyme, okay, conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin, everywhere conversion of folic acid to tetrahydrofolic acid. Okay, so that folic reductase enzyme, all this requires a NADPH, right? So this is we have seen. So NAD will get to 2 hydrogen and it is converted to NADH and H plus. We have already seen this. So NADH, when it is oxidized, it gives 2.5 ATPs. Okay, while NADPH, it is only mainly for the reductive biosynthesis reaction. So NADPH generating reaction are glucose 6-phosphate to 6-phosphogluconolactone, 6-phosphogluconolactone to 3-keto 6-phosphogluconate. So this is the main pathway in HMP shunt pathway oxidative step. While cytoplasmic isocitrate dehydrogenase and malic enzyme, malate to pyruvate, okay, all will produce the NADPH. Also glutamate dehydrogenase, it requires NAD and NADP both. While it is used for the conversion of ketoacyl to hydroxyacyl ACP in the fatty acid synthesis, right? And HMG-CoA to mevalonate in cholesterol. So reductive biosynthesis of both these substances require NADPH. And conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin, phenylalanine to tyrosine where tetrahydrobiopterin is there, okay, where NADPH is utilized. Also the folate reductase enzyme, right? Ribonucleotide reductase enzyme all require the NADPH. So if I revise again, so NAD and NADP, both are the active hormones. So whenever you see this, what should be come into your mind? It is a vitamin B3, that is a niacin, that is a nicotinamide, which is different from the nicotine, which is a nicotine is a poison from the tobacco, right? So NAD, where this NAD is used, like in case of glycolysis, we have seen glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, or lactate to pyruvate, or in TCA cycle, pyruvate to acetyl CoA, or alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl CoA, right? Or hydroxyacyl CoA to ketoacyl CoA, right? In fatty acid synthesis, or glutamate to alpha ketoglutarate in amino acid metabolism. So all will this require the NAD converted to NADH. Then which are the pathway that will produce the NADP? So HM-Fission pathway will produce. Then another is malic enzyme, malate to pyruvate, and isocitrate dehydrogenase enzyme, cytoplasmic. Okay, this will produce the NADPH from NADP. And this NADPH, once it is produced, this pathway will produce the NADPH, and NADPH is used for the fatty acid synthesis. Okay, ketoacyl ACP2, hydroxyacyl ACP, then HMG-CoA2, mevalonate. So for the cholesterol biosynthesis, it is required, right? Methemoglobin 2, hemoglobin, right? Then ribonucleotide reductase enzyme, right? So all this pathway will require phenylalanine to tyrosine. All this step require the dihydrofolate reductase enzyme. So all this enzyme require the NADPH. Okay. So if the deficiency is there, in deficiency, it is called as a niacin deficiency, called as a pellagra. Remember, okay, it is called as a pellagra, which is a cause disease of 3D. D for the diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. Right? Dermatitis means inflammation of skin. Dementia means decreased memory. Okay, and nervous system is affected, while there will be diarrhea. So what are the dermatological finding? This pellagra, it is a Italian word which means rough skin. Okay, rough. So skin become rough, and you can see typical. Okay, this was a question asked in recent All India postgraduate examination. Okay, so this is a Kessel's necklace. It is called as a Kessel's necklace, which is, you can see here, it is typical of, this is Kessel's necklace and typical of pellagra, right? There will be, so one is dermatitis, then diarrhea, there is a mild to severe diarrhea with blood and mucus, weight loss, nausea, vomiting also accompany. Then dementia, it will occur in chronic case. There is a delirium occur in acute pellagra, irritability, nervous system is affected, so inability to concentrate, poor memory seen in mild case. There may be ataxia and spasticity. So this diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. This is called as a disease of 3D. Disease of 3D. Now it is also called as a 4D. So one additional is that if not treated, it will lead to death also, right? So niacin is not that pure vitamin because it can be synthesized from the tryptophan, okay, amino acid. So it is asked frequently from which amino acid niacin is synthesized. So from tryptophan amino acid it is synthesized, and with the help of QPRT, quinolinate phosphoribosyl transferase enzyme. Okay, so about 60 milligram of tryptophan is required to form 1 milligram of niacin. So you can see in the diagram, you can see my video on tryptophan metabolism also. So tryptophan is ultimately converted to amino carboxy muconaldehyde, and okay, and this 3-hydroxyanthralonic acid, it is converted to quinolinic acid, and ultimately niacin is formed. Here it requires the enzyme called as the QPRT, quinolinate phosphoribosyl transferase. Okay, and if this enzyme, if this is inhibited, by the person who is taking maize or sorghum or jowar. So jowar contains high amount of leucine which inhibit the QPRT enzyme. So person who is taking main diet is jowar, it will lead to the pellagra, okay, niacin deficiency. In maize, the nicotinamide is in the bound form, right? This is the one reason is frequently asked. So the person who is staple diet is maize in South and Central America. So because here it is in bound form, okay, so that there may be chance of niacin deficiency, okay, so it is not available. While the person whose staple diet is sorghum, also called as the jowar, in Central and Western India, so this jowar contain much amount of leucine that will inhibit the QPRT enzyme, and ultimately niacin is not formed from the tryptophan. Also, if there is a kynurenase enzyme, okay, 3-hydroxykynurenine is converted to 3-hydroxy anthralinic acid. Okay. 3-hydroxykynurenine is converted to by the enzyme called kynurenase, which is a PLP dependent vitamin B6. So in vitamin B6 deficiency, there is a chance of vitamin B3 deficiency also. So that is the one example where one vitamin deficiency will lead to the deficiency of another vitamin, because, and we know this 3-hydroxyanthranic acid ultimately converted to niacin. So if there is a vitamin B6 deficiency, then niacin will not be formed. Okay. Then drug like isoniazid in as the anti-tuberculosis drug, it will inhibit the pyridoxal phosphate formation, so block in conversion of tryptophan to NAD. So person who is taking isoniazid, we have to give, okay, vitamin B6 and B3 both, or at least vitamin B6. Then Hartnup disease, where there is a defective absorption of tryptophan is defective, so it will lead to the pellagra. Then carcinoid syndrome, tumor that utilize the major portion of the tryptophan in the synthesis of serotonin. So more and more serotonin are formed, and so tryptophan is not available because tryptophan go to the serotonin pathway. So niacin will not be formed. Ultimately, pellagra can occur. So these are all carcinoid syndrome, then Hartnup. What happens in carcinoid syndrome? The tryptophan is channeled to the serotonin pathway. What happens in Hartnup syndrome? There is a defective absorption of tryptophan. Okay. What happened because of the isoniazid? It will inhibit the pyridoxal phosphate. So pyridoxal phosphate is not available. Right. So these are the all will lead to the pellagra. Now daily requirement is around 20 milligram. In lactation, additional 5 milligram is required. Sources are dried yeast, liver, peanuts, whole cereals, legumes, meat, and fishes. Now, what are the therapeutic use of niacin? This nicotinic acid will inhibit the flux of free fatty acid from the adipose tissue. So ultimately, as we know, when free fatty acids are there, they will broken down to acetyl-CoA, and acetyl-CoA is a precursor of cholesterol. So by that, it will decrease the cholesterol. Okay, so niacin can be used to decrease the cholesterol, decrease the triglyceride and LDL, and increase the HDL level. So it is preventive against the heart attack. Now, if high dose of niacin vitamin B3 is given orally or parenterally, it will produce transient vasodilatation of the cutaneous vessel and histamine release via the prostaglandins. It will lead to the itching, burning, and tingling sensation. So nicotinic acid in excess of 50 milligram per day lead to the liver damage. So this is about the toxicity. So this is all about the niacin. So if I revise again, it is vitamin B3, active form of NAD and NADP. Okay, this NAD will get the 2 hydrogen and it is reduced to NADH plus H plus. Okay, and the reaction in glycolysis, right? We have seen glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate and TCA cycle, pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl-CoA. and in fatty acid oxidation, it is for the hydroxyacyl CoA to ketoacyl CoA, third step. Okay, so all and glutamate to alpha ketone all will require the conversion of NAD to NADH, and NADH will produce 2.5 ATP. Well, this NADP will not produce any ATP, but it is very important for the fatty acid synthesis, cholesterol synthesis, steroid synthesis, okay, or conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin, or ribonucleotide reductase enzyme, or folate reductase enzyme. Okay, all this requires the NADPH, and this NADPH is produced from the HMP shunt pathway and also by the malic enzyme malate to pyruvate and cytosolic isocitrate dehydrogenase. Deficiency, daily requirement is around 20 milligram. From the cereals, yeast, fish, meat, we get the niacin. But if person don't take, it will lead to the deficiency. It is called as the pellagra, which is also called as the disease of 3D, that is diarrhea, dermatitis. In dermatitis, specific is Cassell's necklace. Okay, and there can be dementia. Now there is also called as the 4D, along with the diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia, it can lead to the death. Deficiency can occur because of the decrease in diet. Okay, in dietary source, if you don't take the vitamin B3, then deficiency can occur, or in carcinoid syndrome, which is called as the argentappinoma cell, where there is a tryptophan is channeled to the serotonin pathway. So tryptophan is not available. As we know, 60 milligram of tryptophan is required to form 1 milligram of niacin. So tryptophan is not available in carcinoid syndrome. In Hartnup disease also, okay, where there is a defective absorption of tryptophan. Then isoniazide, it will block the active form of vitamin B6, so pyridoxal phosphate is not available. Also in vitamin B6 deficiency, 3-hydroxykynurenine is not converted to 3-hydroxyanthranilic acid, okay, because kynurenase enzyme requires the vitamin B6, and 3-hydroxyanthranilic acid ultimately converted to niacin. So if vitamin B6 deficiency, it will lead to the niacin deficiency also. So this is all about the vitamin B3. Regarding vitamin B6 pyridoxine, I will cover in my next lecture. So thank you very much for listening. If you like my video, please hit the like button, share my video, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification for my future video. Thank you very much.